Okay, here we go. Another video of production line and its development by me. I'm Cliff Harris, Klipski. I am the designer and programmer of the game. It's a car factory simulation game. It's currently in early access, blah, 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 blah. Don't worry about this gibberish here. I'll explain that in a minute. I'm just going to load in a big factory to go, wow, what an amazing big factory. And then I'm going to show off some stuff. Basically everything that we've done in the last week, and talk about what I'm going to be doing in the next week. I'm not actually here next weekend. This is a huge factory. Check it out. Amazing, huh? But no, it gets bigger. It's mad. You can turn off the user interface with Shift G. It's not documented anyway. But check this out. Amazing, huh? I'm not even sure where the production starts without the UI. But pretty big. This is all tyre production. Check out the tyre stamping. Go for it, tyre stampers. Stamp those tyres. Ridiculously massive factory. Anyway, let's turn the user interface back on. I really need to make that an option somewhere, I think, in the UI that people see, that you can turn that on and off. A few stats about this. Check this out. Look, 145 vehicles an hour. That's a lot. Anyway, so what has gone in the game recently that's new and exciting and cool? Obviously loads of cool stuff. The main change that I've made is resources, by which I mean anything travelling along these little conveyors, like these tyres moving along like this. They now know where they came from. Now, because I've just loaded in a game that doesn't have that data in it yet, it's being built up over time. But they will eventually all know where they came from. So you can see there, if I mouse over them, this is a new thing. I need to restrict this to one tooltip, I think. You can see that this rubber was imported, which obviously it is, because you're not going to produce your own rubber. Or are you? Because as it happens, Henry Ford set up his own rubber plantation to make the rubber for the tyres for the Model T. It was a complete and utter disaster, but like, he did do it. So these tyres are imported here. Are there any locally made tyres? Actually, that is because that data hasn't been updated yet. They are actually, that's out of date. So I should be able to find some stuff by now. What are we producing here? Steering wheels. Hasn't been updated yet. Oh, here you go, locally made. Heated steering wheel has been locally made. So this is a new thing. So this slot here fits steering wheel. If I go on to imports, I'm not 100% sure about this user interface because it's very crowded now, and I don't know if I can squeeze that up a bit. I don't want to make this too wide because people's screens aren't that big. I don't know whether I should change the way I do this. But anyway, look, all of the heated steering wheels are being produced locally, which is more efficient and cheaper, or it should be. I'm still working on that. And like half of the servos that go into these, the fit steering wheel slot, well, 60% now are local, and all of the normal steering wheels were actually imported. Also, I've got like little tooltips over this that explain what they actually mean. Because that makes a bit more sense. So that's a new thing, right? And the idea is to encourage you to produce stuff locally, because the game is like big on vertical integration, as they say. Vertical integration is where you basically buy your suppliers, or you reproduce their capabilities. So you produce a product, the components, you assemble the components into a product, and then you actually sell the product to the consumer, which a lot of car companies don't do. They have you know, if you go into a normal like car showroom or whatever, it's not owned necessarily by the car company, unless it's Tesla, who do sell direct. But that's very unusual and very unpopular with the sort of car dealerships. We should deal with all that in the game, I think. Anyway. Yeah, so if you click on a slot, like I've said, we'll click on another one, fit steering column, you can see what percentage you're actually manufacturing. You can't actually manufacture steering columns yet, I don't think, so that's no surprise. If you go here to the components screen, This summarizes that for everything. So what happens here to get that calculation, 29.9%, what's going on there is it's looking at every single resource item in the world, in other words, in the factory, whether or not it's in a stockpile or it's going along a conveyor. It ignores ones that actually fitted to cars. And it says, were you produced in the factory or not? That's quite a quick autosave time for such a massive factory. And you know, that's a new indicator, a new bit of GUI that's in here. I do wonder whether or not that's an awful bit of GUI and whether or not I should change this. So instead of having 4 of those, I have 5. And always have that up the top there. Or should it be with components? Do you come here to components to see this? Or is it one of those top stats that you want to know? I think it's a top stat. I think I should maybe move that there. But if you think I'm wrong, let me know. Look, my company logo was just gibberish there. That's better. Anyway, so that's new stuff, right? That's new stuff again. Other new stuff that we've got, I'd have to show you another factory, but I can't even bother with that. So let me show you it here. Okay, so we're going to fit body. I can't remember where they all are. Where is it? It's part of body frame. Yeah. So we have some new stuff. If you go to bumpers, look, you can now manufacture bumpers. If you go to arches, you can now manufacture arches and vents. These are all new things, so we have some new stuff to research here, and some new slots that you can put down to do this. And obviously, the push towards doing this is to encourage you to do a lot more of that, a lot more kind of like local production. Are we actually researching anything? No, we're not. So let's start researching that. We've got 18 research labs, and I'll add these to the queue. So that should be fairly quick, right? That should pop up there. Yeah. Okay, so that stuff's all new. There's some other stuff, isn't there, as well? I've got an update coming. This is version 1.52, and that update is going to back up your old autosave file when it does an autosave. So if the game's in the middle of doing an autosave and it crashes, you can always use the last autosave rather than rather than losing everything. I advise you to save manually now and then with a sensible name anyway. So that's a new thing that's coming. Now I should be able to show something here. Yeah. Previously what would happen is this would just have like an error like no export room, meaning we've produced too many of these panels, we can't use them fast enough. And you'd come here and you'd click on this and you'd sort of think, well, what's happening? Why, what's going on? If this status is yellow or red, in other words, if it would give rise to one of these pop-up messages, it now flashes on and off to draw attention to it. And I think that works quite well. If you click on this, you're like, what's that? No export room. Okay, maybe we need some more supply stockpiles or something like that. So that's a new thing. So I think it's time to talk about mods, isn't it? Yeah, I've started work on mods. So if we go to the main menu, yeah, we're going to support Steam Workshop, and my plan is also to support mods outside of Steam Workshop. So if you don't have a Steam copy or you don't like Steam, that's okay, you'll still be able to use modded content. I've only started work on it today, and basically I've ported some code from Democracy 3, which is the last, it's a game I did that had a load of Steam Workshop integration. So a lot of the stuff is done, it just doesn't work yet in the game, and I don't have the text translated or anything, which is why this button, which I think should be down here really, which will lead you to the mod thing, is just blank. And it brings this up. It makes more sense in the debug version. See that up there, look, it's an error. That should be down here, and it is in debug. Ooh, how interesting, how interesting. So the way modding is going to work is basically you create a folder full of modded files, and they're all text files, it's all simple. And then you'll go to like a mod submission thing, you'll hit this button that will be down here. You'll fill out a form saying what you want to call your mod and who you are and everything. and you'll click submit, it will compress all of those files into one file, which then uploads to Steam Workshop. People can then subscribe to that through a different tab that will be on here. So it will download that file, decompress them all into the various folders, and then you'll have extra slots or cars or researchable stuff, whatever. So I've only just started work on that today, and it's going to take a little while. My initial plan is to get to the situation where I can create a sample mod that I can publish to Steam Workshop that just has like one new slot to show you how to do it, and then other people can create other slots, and then the second phase of that will be to support everything else, so not just slots but researchable items and the resources. Everything in the game really should be moddable at some point. What I'm going to do is show you, I'm just going to kill that window. Whoa, it's like everything's black. And I'm going to show you the editor, which I haven't shown for a long time, and I might have to do some fiddling to actually get it to show in this window. Okay, this looks exactly the same, doesn't it? But look, no! There is a new thing here called Task Editor, which won't be there. It will be somewhere else. I'll probably launch that from within the modding thing. Oh, man! Oh, okay. This is live game development. This is what it's like. Lots of crashing. I was halfway through working on that this morning. Anyway, if I click this, hopefully it won't crash. It might take a little time to go to it. Yes. Okay, well, this is the slot editor that I use, right? And what I need to do is I need to vaguely document it and make the UI slightly less hideous than it is, and have a link to it to enable you to make your own slots. And I'll show you how we do that. So if I just pick something like, I don't know, make exhaust. So this is the slot where we do the make exhaust stuff. There's no Z sorting in the editor, which is really annoying. So you can see that like that there is in front of this. I don't have a fix for that, nor do I have any way to rotate the slot. So it's kind of annoying, nor can you zoom in. So it's really rubbish, but it's like, I'd rather get this editor out there for people to use and create cool mods and then improve it than just, you know, keep it forever hidden, right? So what I can do is I can make really big slots. I can just add things. If I go to this little grid down here, obviously this is a really rubbish paradigm. I should be able to click here and add stuff, right? So then I need to know what I'm doing. I need to right click that and like change the floor thing like this. So you can do that, right? It's really hacky, but like I say, I want to get that in anyway. And then basically here you can pick a thing and you can put it wherever you want, and turn it around. I don't even have like a shift click thing. You can also place things that are like wrong, like that was. And you can put stuff around the outside like this. And you can select those things. I can't remember what it's with now. You have to press down shift in order to select them. Now, anyway, I'm not trying to explain how to use this. And obviously you can rotate existing things as well. But like even selecting them, like how do I select this? It's somewhere. Oh my God, look, it's a bug. There were two. There were two there. Well, let's get rid of that for starters. Oh my God. And that guy's been drawn in the wrong place. See, it's awful. What I'm trying to point out, right, is that there is an editor like this, and one day it will be amazing. And it kind of sucks now, but what do you think? I mean, if you're into modding, like, you want to mod the game as soon as possible and get used to modding the game, right? You don't want to wait until there's some perfect tool. And I should point out that you can do everything that I've done to build the game using this editor, because this is what I used. In fact, for a long time it was worse than this. And you just click on save if you want to save something. So you can load in all the stuff. There's loads of little bits you can put in places that are kind of cool. And also, if you right click, you can change something from being a normal tile to be a conveyor, a stockpile, or an export. It's really easy to break things and get things wrong here. It is fiddly, but I wanted to like mention it and get it out there. I think that's pretty much it. That's it. That's it for this week. So modding is coming, and we've got some user interface stuff that is coming soon. And we've got some more component production. I have a new cool thing that I've requested art for that will be going in at some point. Also, there's the follow cam. We did that live, didn't we? Hang on, let me just show you the follow cam. I'm just switching back into the release build in order to do that. And I'll load one of my factories. Next week, I am not here. Believe it or not, I'm on a holiday, which I've heard is something that people do. People go on holiday. I'm only away for 5 days. So I'll be back the weekend after that. So yeah, we have a follow cam. So if you pick a car and you have a little thing like this, you can click on that and it will follow it around the factory. Cool. You can still zoom in and stuff, but you can't like move around or do anything else until you cancel the follow cam. You can either do that to cancel it, or you can close the window. This was a thing a few people asked for, and I think it's kind of cool to follow a little car around the place. And it's quite easy to put in. We in fact put that in live in the stream. Anyway, this is Production Line by Positech Games. If you like it, please leave a review on Steam. Please tweet about it and stuff like that, and tell your friends about it. It's really great when people hear about the game through their friends. It's such a positive thing. No video next week, but we'll be back the week after that, and I think I'll do another programming stream at some point. If you like these videos, please subscribe. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in 2 weeks.